Right now. Stop everything and take a deep breath. I mean it. It's not an April Fool's joke. I want you to set aside a moment to pause. Pause with me for just a second. I want to remind us on this Friday, the beginning of April, we're getting closer to Easter. During this season of Lent, we're getting there. And I want to remind us to pause. I know that that's difficult. I've been running around this morning trying to get everything done that needs to be done for the next few days. I know that many of you are in the middle of working, that you have family to take care of, that you're going to take care of a friend or someone else. Some of you all are in the middle of moving around. It's difficult. I know, but you can do it. Just take a moment to breathe and to recognize that God is with you. You see, we have the example, Jesus did that, right? We have several times in scripture where we see that Jesus went aside, took a few moments, and prayed and talked to God. We don't know exactly what was said, but we do know that those moments were there. Let me share a couple of them with you. In Mark 1, verse 35, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place when he prayed. And then we see in Luke chapter 5, verse 16, but Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. In John chapter 17, Jesus is talking about all sorts of things that are about to happen. He's talking with the disciples. He's preaching and teaching. And it says, after Jesus said these things, and he's kind of preparing for what's next. He knows what's coming. He knows that the end is near for him on earth. So here is what the scripture says from John 17. After Jesus had said all these things, he looked toward heaven and he prayed, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that your Son may glorify you. Jesus took moments to pause in the middle of what he was doing. Sometimes at the beginning of the day, sometimes right after teaching, sometimes he went ahead of the crowds so he could get somewhere and talk to God first. It is so important for us to pause. And I wanted to share something with you that I saw earlier this week. And I thought, oh, I love this because I love the idea of practicing a pause and how important that pause is for each one of us. So let me read this with you. Pause before judging. Pause before assuming. Pause before accusing. Pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid doing and saying things you'll later regret. That quote is by Laurie Desheen. Let me say that again. That's part of the Celtic Christian tradition. It's a prayer that they say, practicing the pause, just like Jesus did. Pause before judging. Pause before assuming. Pause before accusing. Pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid saying and doing things you'll later regret. Pause. It's hard to do. It's hard to do when our mind's set on something, when we have so many things to do. We have so many people counting on us. Pausing is hard. But on this first day of April, one step closer to our Easter Sunday, one closer step to the end of this Lenten journey, take a pause. Fast from everything else just for a moment and pause. Know that your God is with you. Have a great weekend. If you're online, we invite you to join us on the call and join us as we offer prayer concerns for one another. You're welcome to jump over to that call, or you can text the word pray to the number you see on the screen. We would love to have you connect with us so that we can be praying for you as well. Have a great afternoon. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.